Hello and welcome. In this video, we will create a backend for a React Native app using Node.js and Express and use MongoDB as the database. We will then run some basic CRUD operations from the React Native app. First, initialize npm init. Then create an index.js file. After that, install Express, Mongoose, Course, and .env. Then we will install a dev dependency nodemon npm install --save -dev nodemon. Then make changes to the package.json script. Start nodemon index.js. Then in the index.js file, import the packages const express equal to require express, const app equal to express, const mongoose equal require mongoose, const course equal require course. I will initialize a port const port equal to 4000. Require $env.config. And initialize course app.use course app.use express.json app.use express.url encoded extended calls. Then to listen to the port, app.listen port console log server started at port, use template literals $port. Then we are going to create a new folder. Inside it, create a file node.js. This will be the model. Then inside the file, write const mongoose equal require mongoose. Then describe the schema. Const node schema equal new mongoose dot schema. We will store the title type string, then the node type string, and the default date, the date at which the node was created at type date default date dot now. Then export the module.exports equal mongoose.model node schema. In the index.js, import the schema const node equal require models node. Now to connect to the MongoDB database, write mongoose.connect MongoDB ://000027017. That is the IP address of the local MongoDB database. React Native nodes. This will connect to the local MongoDB database and create a new record if it does not already exist. URL parser true and use invite topology true. You can ignore these two lines. These are deprecated now. then console log db connected, catch.error, console log error. After this, open Windows PowerShell and run MongoDB to start the database. Now we will start the Express server in npm run start. Now we will create the different endpoints to run create, read, update and delete operations. First, for the create operation, app.post add node request response. Const title equal to request.body title, const node equal to request.body node. Const new node equal to new node title node. Await new node dot save. After a node is saved, we console log node added. Const all nodes equal to await node dot find. This line will fetch all the nodes in the database, response to JSON all nodes, and then sell all the nodes as response in a JSON. Then I will open the MongoDB Compass, which is its UI. Then go to Thundercline extension. I have already created a JSON body, and the URL is http localhost 4000 add node, and it will be a post operation. Now send the data, and the node is added to the database. Next, we will create the read endpoint. Read app.get nodes async request response. Set up a try catch block. In the catch block, console.log error. In the try block, const all nodes equal to await node.find. We should fetch all the nodes from the database. Response to JSON all nodes. Then send all the nodes as a JSON data. We will try it out in the Thunder client. Yes, it is working. I will then add one more node to the database. We will now create the update endpoint. This operation will be in two parts. First, we will fetch the particular node that we want to update by using the ID. Then we will run the update operation on that particular node. The following code will fetch the particular node and return it to the front end. app.get one node colon ID request response. The try catch block. In the catch block, console.error error. Then in the try block, const one node equal node dot find by ID underscore ID request dot params dot ID. Response to JSON one node. make it asynchronous, save it, and let's try it out. Okay, that one node is being fetched. Next, we will edit the node with the new information received from the user. app.put update id async request response const id equals request.params const title equal to request.body title const node equal to request.body node. Set up a try catch box. If there is no title or node in the receipt content, then I will return a response status of 400 with an error message title and node are required. Const updated node equal to await node dot find by id and update. This is a mongoose function. Then give the id as a parameter and pass in the title and the node. If there are no if the updated node does not if there are no updated node, return response to status 404 JSON error node not found. Response to status 200 JSON message node updated successfully. Updated node. Now in the Thunder client to test the node, test the API, I will make a small change to the node and send it. Okay, it is working. Finally, we shall create the delete operation. app.delete delete :id will receive the id from the frontend async request response. Let's set up a try catch block. Try const delete node equal to await node dot find by id and delete. Underscore id request dot params dot id. If node dot deleted, then return response dot status 400 JSON error node not found. Else response dot status 200 JSON message node deleted. If there is an error, I will console log the error. Before testing the endpoint, we will quickly create another node. Then copy the new node's ID and test the delete endpoint using that ID. So the delete endpoint is working. So now we have finished the backend. For the front end, we will first open VS Code in a separate folder and run npx create expo app at latest dash template. Give the application a name and then install a blank.js template. It will be a simple single screen application. I will now quickly create the UI. The application will be the same as the ones that I have previously created on this channel, only this time I won't be using Expo SQLite, but instead connect with the backend and save the nodes in MongoDB. First we will import text input, button, touchable opacity from React Native, then import use effect and use state from React. We will then initialize and declare the following variables by using the useState hook: const item, set item, useState, const title, set title, useState, const node, set node, useState, const visible, set visible, useState, true, const node ID, set node ID, useState. Then we will create the UI for the app. View, style, styles container, text input, style, style store input, font sense text, set title, placeholder equal title, text input, site, style store input, font sense text, set node, placeholder node. Then we will set up a ternary operator, visible, button, title add, on press add item, button, title update, on press update item. Then map to the items array, items.map, item index, and return view, set the index as the key, style equals styles.item, text style, font size 15, item.title, then item.node, view style, display flex direction row, set up a touchable opacity, background color red, width 50%, and text of delete, give it a style of color white, font weight 600, text align center, font size 15. Copy this, touchable opacity, paste it again. There will be a button for the edit with a background color blue. Then Make changes to the style sheet. Container flex will be 1, padding top 30, padding horizontal 10. Input border with 1, margin bottom 10, padding 10. Item text direction column. Justify content space between margin vertical 5. In order for the app to connect to the backend, we will have to know the IP address of the local machine where Express server is running, although both of them are running in the same machine. Since I am using Windows, I will open the command prompt and run ipconfig. We will get a list of IP addresses, but what we need is the IPv4. But if you are using Linux, then you will need to run ifconfig in the terminal, and if that does not work, run ipaddr. Then look for the inet address. I don't own a Mac, but as far as I know, what works for Linux usually works for it too. Go back to the React Native app, then declare a variable cons API underscore URL equal http:// and paste the IP address, then give colon and the port number. In our case, it is 4000. Then you write a function to fetch the nodes from the backend. Cons fetch items equal async, set up a try catch block, console.error, error fetching items error. In the try block, cons response equal await fetch. Then use template tutorials $API underscore URL / nodes. If you look at the backend code, you will see that nodes is the API endpoint and 4000 is the port number through which you fetch the nodes. Const data equal await response.json set item data. And then we will use the use effect hook to run the function every time the screen renders. Use effect fetch items. Then we shall create a function to add nodes to the database. Const add node equal async. Let node object equal title node. Then set up a try catch block. Then inside the try block, I will send a HTTP request to the backend. Const response equal await fetch API underscore URL / head node. The method is post headers content type application JSON. Body JSON.stringified node object. If the response is not okay, then console.error error response status return. And then once the response is sent, the newly added nodes should be displayed in the screen. For that, I will set up a temporarily a new array previous nodes, and I will use the spread operator to fill the array with the items. Then I will push the newly added node into the previous nodes. Then again set the item with the previous nodes. In the case block, I will console the error adding items error. Now open Expo Go and connect the Android device with the computer. For the time being, I will simply initialize the functions for delete and update operations. Okay, the two nodes that we added using ThunderClient are being fetched and displayed. Let us try to add another node so the create and read operations are working. Now we will complete the function for delete operation. Const delete node equal async id catch error console.error error in deleting node error. Try await fetch API underscore URL delete id method delete await fetch items and then try to delete the last node we added. Okay, it is working. The update operation will be in two parts. First part, we will fetch the node that we want to update by using the ID and OneNote API endpoint. Then make the required changes and run the update operation. The function to fetch the nodes will be as follows. Const edit node equal async ID set visible false set node ID. Then set up a catch block. In the catch block, we will console the error. And then in a try block, const response equal await fetch use template literals API underscore URL one node, then send the ID const data equal await response.json, then set the title with the title that we received as response on the backend. Set title data.title, then set the node set node data.node. I think I forgot to add the value to the input text. Let's do that. Now straight. Okay, the form is being filled with the fetch node. Now we will update the form. Cons update node equal async cons node object title node. Set up a try catch block. In the catch block, I will console the error. In the try block, cons response equal await fetch API URL update node ID. The method is put headers content type application JSON body JSON.stringify node object. If the response is not okay, then I will console log error and return. Then I will again fetch all the items, and this time the updated node will also be fetched and it will be displayed in the screen. Then I will set the title as blank and set node as blank. Okay. I will add a word to the node and the title and then press on update, and the update operation is working. So we have created a CRUD application in React Native and a backend for the application using Express and MongoDB. Right now all the three systems, the app, the server and the database, are running on the same computer. In the next video we will try to create an APK for the application and try to deploy the backend in a PowerShell server. I hope you like this video and I will see you on the next one.